mausoleum here holds the bodies of Uday Lewis Bowman and his sister, Mary Margaret Bowman. Now, Uday was known for, well, he was a ragtime piano player, and he composed a song that a lot of you might know from SpongeBob, actually. It's called the 12th Street Rag, and it goes like, I just wanted to hum a little bit of it because he does a lot with just 3 little notes. And it's very catchy, jaunty tune. You can look it up on YouTube and hear a much better version than me just humming it like that. But I've had it in my head all day because I've been looking forward to coming out here. All right, let's come and take a quick look at this Texas Historical Commission sign. Uday Lewis Bowman. Fort Worth native Uday Bowman was a ragtime composer. His best known song was the classic 12th Street Rag, which he wrote about his experiences in Kansas City, Kansas. Copyrighted in 1914, it didn't become popular until 1948, when it was recorded by Walter Pee Wee Hunt. Other songs written by Bowman, including Fort Worth Blues, were never published. He died of pneumonia while on a business trip to New York City in 1949. Now, if you ever get a chance to visit Fort Worth in October, you want to come to the Saints and Sinners tour. One year, the local historical group, I'll link to this in my description below, they put on an amazing Saints and Sinners tour, and they had a piano over on this side of the mausoleum when I was here. It was in the shade, and they had an actor portraying Uday, and then they had a woman who portrayed his sister, and she told the whole story of how basically he kind of got screwed out of a lot of money. But it's really fascinating, and this is his final resting place. Okay, we're approaching this group of headstones over here, and at first glance, like the very first time I visited this cemetery, I assumed right away that, oh, these must be, military headstones, because you don't usually see identical headstones in a row unless you are looking at fallen soldiers or veterans, military veterans. But that's not the case here. This little section of the cemetery is known as Bartenders Row. These are all men who once tended bar in the Hell's Half Acre section. That was the really rowdy part of Fort Worth. So think about where all the gambling and the loose women and a lot of crime and the real wild westy kind of stuff was going on. That's where the gunslinging was happening. That's where Luke Short shot long-haired Jim Courtright. It was in what they called Hell's Half Acre, which actually was closer to 2.5 acres, just saying. Anyway, let's take a look. Also, the next thing I remember when first time I came here was I saw that they all have the same emblem on their headstone. Let's see if we can get it without too much dappled sunlight. Here's one. Every single, my own shadow's getting in the way. Didn't think of these things. All right, hopefully I can add some photos too. There, I think you can get a little bit of a better look at it now. So that stands for the International Bartending group that they belong to. It was a fraternal society. And it helps, you wonder why there were so many fraternal societies. It's because back in the day, there really were no social services. So people had to find ways to get insurance and have a death benefit. So if they joined a group that would provide them with a headstone when they passed away, such as a bartenders group, then they had that aspect of their life covered. Here we have reference to another fraternal group. We have a union actually. It's the Bricklayers Union. Members of this union have a memorial, have their names added on here. I'm going to come up and we'll take a look, but you can see very nice brickwork, of course. They would certainly do a good job on that. Let's come up a little closer here. And here are men who were part of the Bricklayers Union, and they've had their name put up here in memoriam to remember them. All right, let's go around here. The shape of this plot always kind of reminds me of the Flatiron Building in New York. There's some fancy brickwork. Looks like a sunrise or sunset. In memoriam, let it be inscribed to these members of the Bricklayers Union. Number 6, Fort Worth, Texas, good citizens, worthy colleagues, beloved associates. And so this is their very unique and special memorial area. Over here, these look blank. Maybe the union discontinued before they could add more names. Those are some nice pieces of marble.